أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت سبع سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين। इन आयात करीमा का उर्दू तर्जुमा इस मुताबिक है। शुरू करता हूँ अल्लाह तबारक व तआला के नाम से जो बड़ा मेहरबान निहायत रहम वाला है। और तुम सब लोग अल्लाह तआला की रस्सी को मजबूत पकड़े रहो और मुतफर्रिक न हो जाओ और याद करते रहो अल्लाह ताला की नियामत को जो तुम पर है। जबकि तुम दुश्मन थे बस उसने तुम्हारे दिलों में उल्फत डाल दी, तुम उसकी नियामत के तुफैल भाई भाई हो गए। जो लोग अपने माल खुदा की राह में खर्च करते हैं उनकी मिसल उस दाने की सी है जिसकी 7 बालियां निकलीं और हर बाली में 100 दाने हों और खुदा जिसके लिए चाहता है दुगना कर देता है। और खुदा बड़ी गुंजाइश वाला اور ہر چیز سے واقف ہے، اور جو لوگ اپنے مال خدا کی راہ میں خرچ کرتے ہیں اور پھر خرچ کرنے کے بعد کسی طرح کا احسان نہیں جتاتے اور نہ ان پر احسان کیا ہے ان کو ستاتے ہیں، ان کا اجر و ثواب ان کے پروردگار کے پاس ہے، اور آخرت میں ان پر نہ کوئی خوف ہوگا اور نہ وہ غمگین ہوں گے۔ وآخر دعوانا ان الحمد للہ رب العالمین۔
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم۔ الحمدللہ رب العالمین والصلاة والسلام علی خاتم النبی۔ عالی مرتبت پرنس کریم آغا خان صاحب، محترمہ بیگم آغا خان صاحبہ، گورنر سندھ جناب جنرل احسن عباسی صاحب، وزراء کرام، سفراء کرام، معزز مہمانان گرامی اور خواتین و حضرات، السلام علیکم۔ جناب شہزادہ کریم آغا خان کی پاکستان میں آمد ہمیشہ ایک یادگار واقعہ ہوتا ہے جس پر ہم دلی مسرت اور فخر محسوس کرتے ہیں، لیکن اس مرتبہ ان کی تشریف آوری کہیں زیادہ اہمیت کی حامل ہے، کیونکہ اس دفعہ وہ سلور جوبلی کی تقریبات کے سلسلے میں تشریف لائے ہیں، اور خوشی کے اس موقع پر آغا خان یونیورسٹی کا چارٹر بھی پیش کیا جا رہا ہے۔ یہ حسن اتفاق کوئی معمولی حسن اتفاق نہیں، یہ ایک یادگار موقع ہے جو انشاءاللہ تاریخ کا ایک تابناک باب بنے گا۔ دوہری خوشی کے اس موقع پر پاکستان تشریف لانے پر میں جناب ہز ہائنس کریم آغا خان کو خوش آمدید کہتا ہوں، اور پاکستان میں یہ یونیورسٹی قائم کرنے پر ان کا شکریہ ادا کرتا ہوں۔ آغا خان خاندان کی عظیم الشان خدمات کو ہم اہل پاکستان ہی نہیں پوری دنیا جانتی، اور ان کا بڑے احترام اور تشکر کے ساتھ اعتراف کیا جاتا ہے۔ خاص کر پاکستان میں انہوں نے عوامی فلاح و بہبود کے لیے جو کام انجام دیے ہیں، ہم ان کے لیے ممنون ہیں۔ ان کاموں سے ان کے جذبہ قوت اور انسان دوستی کا پتہ چلتا ہے، لیکن میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ جس کار خیر کی آج ابتدا ہو رہی ہے اس کے اثرات سب سے زیادہ دور رس ہوں گے۔ اس یونیورسٹی کا قیام ایک اہم اسلامی تقاضے کو بھی پورا کرتا ہے، کیونکہ دوسرے مذاہب کے برعکس اسلام واحد دین ہے جو حصول علم کو محض ایک سماجی حق ہی نہیں بلکہ اسے مسلمان مردوں اور عورتوں کے لیے فرض قرار دیتا ہے، اور قرآن حکیم میں بار بار علم کی فضیلت واضح کرتا ہے۔ اس ضمن میں 750 قرآنی آیتیں ایسی ہیں جو ارض و سماوات پر فکر، مظاہر قدرت پر غور اور سائنسی علوم کے بارے میں تحقیق و تجسس کی دعوت دیتی۔ اسلام کے ابتدائی ادوار میں جب مسلمانوں نے ان قرآنی آیات پر عمل کیا تو کئی علوم خصوصاً طب، ریاضی، علوم فلکیات، علم کیمیا میں گراں قدر خدمات سر انجام دے اور دیگر اقوام عالم کی رہنمائی کی۔ آج یہ سب ماضی کا حصہ بن کر رہ گیا۔ موجودہ دور میں متعدد مسلمان مفکرین نے اس خیال کا اظہار کیا، اور میں ان سے اتفاق کرتا ہوں کہ اسلامی امہ کے زوال کی اہم وجہ یہ تھی کہ اسلامی ممالک نے تحقیق و تصنیف، غور و فکر اور رموز علم کو نظر انداز کر دیا۔ نتیجتاً آج ہم تعلیم اور ٹیکنالوجی کے تقریباً ہر قابل ذکر شعبے میں دوسروں کے دستے نگر۔ لہذا وقت کی اہم ترین ضرورت یہ ہے کہ اگر ہم نے عزت و احترام کے ساتھ زندہ رہنا ہے اور اپنے پاؤں پر کھڑا ہونا ہے تو ہمیں سب سے زیادہ توجہ سائنس اور ٹیکنالوجی پر دینا ہوگی تاکہ ہم دوسروں کے عقلی، سماجی اور مادی غلبے سے نجات حاصل کر سکیں۔ مہمان ذی وقار، اس اہم ذمہ داری کو پورا کرنے کے لیے اسلامی ممالک میں نئی یونیورسٹیوں کے قیام اور موجودہ یونیورسٹیوں میں تحقیق و تصنیف کے شعبوں کو اثر نو تنظیم اشد ضروری، تاکہ وہ ماضی کی اعلیٰ روایات کے مطابق دور حاضر میں بھی ایک مؤثر اور فیصلہ کن کردار ادا کر سکے۔ آج کل صورتحال یہ ہے کہ پاکستان سمیت اکثر اسلامی ممالک کی یونیورسٹیاں درآمد شدہ فکر و عمل کے روایتی ذخیرے پر اکتفا کرتی اور ان کے رجحانات کو اپنانا باعث فخر سمجھتے۔ میرے خیال میں اس سوچ کو بدلنے اور نئے تقاضوں کے مطابق نئے انتظامات کرنے کی ضرورت ہے۔ اس پس منظر میں جب میں پاکستان کے ماضی اور حال پر نظر ڈالتا ہوں تو مجھے خوشی اور افسوس کے ملے ہوئے تاثرات ملتے ہیں۔ خوشی اس لحاظ سے کہ سن 1947 کے مقابلے میں آج کل ہمارے ہاں تعلیمی سہولتیں کہیں زیادہ ہیں اور ملک میں اب 2 کی بجائے اللہ تعالیٰ کے فضل و کرم سے 19 یونیورسٹیاں کام کر رہی ہیں۔ لیکن افسوس کا مقام یہ ہے کہ یہ یونیورسٹیاں معمول یعنی روٹین کی ضروریات پورا کرنے سے آگے نہیں بڑھ سکتی۔ مجھے اس بات کا احساس ہے کہ اس میں مالی مشکلات، لیبارٹریوں کے فقدان، عمارات کی کمی اور دیگر کئی عوامل کا بہت دخل ہے، لیکن میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ ہماری ناکامی یا پسماندگی کی اصل وجہ مادی وسائل کے بجائے ہمارا ذہنی رویہ ہے۔ ہم وہ ذہن، وہ جذبہ، وہ لگن پیدا نہیں کر سکے جو مومن کو بے تیغ لڑنے پر بھی آمادہ کر دیتے۔ اس کا ہرگز یہ مطلب نہیں کہ ہماری درسگاہوں میں محنتی، باصلاحیت اور فرض شناس اساتذہ سرے سے موجود نہیں، یا ہمارے طلباء علم و تحقیق سے لگاؤ نہیں رکھتے۔ ایسی صورتحال نہیں ہے، لیکن اپنی جگہ یہ ایک تلخ حقیقت ہے کہ قابل اساتذہ اور محنتی طلباء کی تعداد نسبتاً بہت کم ہے، اور یہ کہنا مبالغہ نہ ہوگا کہ ہماری بعض درسگاہوں میں وہ تعلیمی فضا تقریباً ناپید ہے جو تحقیق اور اسکالرشپ کے لیے ضروری سمجھی جاتی ہے۔ یہی وجہ ہے کہ ہماری اکثر یونیورسٹیاں علم و دانش کے میدان میں وہ قیادت مہیا نہیں کر سکیں جس کی ان سے توقع کی جاتی۔ مثلاً پچھلے 3-4 برسوں میں نے خود کئی اہم قومی مسائل کے بارے میں اپنی یونیورسٹیوں کے سربراہوں کو خط لکھے اور ان سے رائے طلب کی، لیکن مجھے آج تک ان کا کوئی مثبت جواب نہیں ملا۔ اسی طرح وہ از خود بھی قومی مسائل کے بارے میں تحقیق نہیں کرتی اور کوئی ایسی رپورٹ مرتب نہیں کرتی جو پالیسی بنانے والوں کے کام آ سکے۔ اس موقع پر مجھے کینیڈا کی میگل یونیورسٹی یاد آ رہی، جس کے اسلامی شعبے نے تحقیق و تصنیف کا اتنا کام کیا ہے کہ ہماری تمام یونیورسٹی نے مجموعی طور پر اتنا کام نہیں کیا۔ یونیورسٹیوں کی یہ کارکردگی ہر لحاظ سے افسوسناک ہے۔ اس پس منظر میں غیر سرکاری سطح پر اس پہلی یونیورسٹی کا قیام واقعی ایک تاریخ ساز واقعہ ہے۔ ہمیں اس یونیورسٹی سے بہت سی توقعات، ان توقعات کی بڑی وجوہات یہ ہیں۔ اول تو اس یونیورسٹی سے جناب آغا خان کا نام نامی منسوب ہے۔ دوسرے، اس یونیورسٹی کے قیام میں جناب کریم آغا خان صاحب نے خود ذاتی دلچسپی لی۔ تیسرے، इसे इंशाअल्लाह वो माली मजबूरियाँ और कवायद और ज़वाबित की मुश्किलें भी दरपेश नहीं होंगी जो अमूमन हुकूमत की सरपरस्ती में चलने वाली यूनिवर्सिटियों को दरपेश हुई। चौथे ये कि इस यूनिवर्सिटी में जिन मुमताज़ शख्सियतों को दर्स व तदरीस की जिम्मेदारियां सौंपी जाएंगी उनका इंतखाब दुनिया भर के चीदा चीदा लोगों से किया जाएगा। मेहमान गिरामी, आपके बुलंद अज़्म, आपके वसाइल, आपकी लगन के पेश नज़र ये बात वसूख से कही जा सकती है कि इंशाअल्लाह रफ्ता रफ्ता इस यूनिवर्सिटी का प्लान आपकी उमंगों के मुताबिक ख्वाब से हकीकत में बदलता जाए। और ये यूनिवर्सिटी ना सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में इससे वाबस्ता तवक्कुआत पर पूरी उतरेगी बल्कि पूरे आलम इस्लाम में काबिल रश्क यूनिवर्सिटी साबित होगी।
Your Excellency the President, Your Excellency the Governor of Sindh, Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished guests. In this Silver Jubilee year, celebrating my 25th anniversary to the accession of the Imamat of the Ismaili Muslims, I have been called upon to make many speeches on many subjects in countries as diverse as Portugal, Singapore, and Tanzania. But important and happy as these Jubilee occasions have been, this is the event which can with the greatest certainty be called historic. Modern communications, the radio, the newspapers, all the media, urge us to believe that each day brings momentous events. Happily, this is not so, or we would be producing far more history than we can comfortably consume. Today, however, is historic in the true sense. The charter which His Excellency the President has been gracious enough to grant the new Aga Khan University creates the first university inspired by my family since Al-Azhar was founded in the Fatimid dynasty's capital of Cairo in 970, 1,000 years before we laid the foundation stone of the Aga Khan Medical College on this site in 1971. I can indeed hardly express the depth of my pleasure at receiving the charter which dignifies that college with the status of a university. In the words of one of Pakistan's most famous voices, that of the poet laureate Iqbal, God has said, wisdom is an immense good. Wherever you find this invaluable treasure, acquire it. My prayer is that the university we are now building will enable many generations of students to acquire both knowledge and the essential spiritual wisdom needed to balance that knowledge and enable their lives to attain the highest fulfillment. It may be asked why I wish to establish the Aga Khan University here in Pakistan. That question may be answered by a simple analogy. If you plant a tree, you plant for future generations to enjoy its shade. But you must plant in soil which is good today, soil from which the sapling can draw the nourishment to grow to full maturity. This will be a Muslim university, and Pakistan lies near the geographical center of the Muslim Ummah, a world community of the faithful, which stretches as far east as Indonesia and as far west as Morocco. Pakistan is typical of many Muslim countries, with the same problems, the same needs, the same aspirations. Furthermore, it is a rising force in Islam. Though not endowed with the immense wealth of some neighboring states, Pakistan has become a valued partner throughout the Middle Eastern region, offering both technical and human resources to development, while its economy is achieving constant growth despite the present world recession. I have asked myself, what has stimulated this growth when in other parts of the third world, national economies are either stagnant or in decline? And I believe an explanation is to be found in the many measures which the government of Pakistan has taken to encourage personal initiative over recent years. At the same time, public sector programs have allocated greatly increased resources to education, to health, rural development, and housing. Overall, this combines to create what I like to call an enabling environment. That is to say, an environment in which both government policies and official practice stimulate enterprise, in which individual endeavor is encouraged, and in which citizens can feel secure and confident of improvements in their future prospects. When the principles of the Aga Khan University were presented to Your Excellency, you espoused them and made them your own. You have always listened to proposals, both on this and other subjects, with great open-mindedness. No one could have been more willing, not simply to find mutually acceptable solutions to problems, but also to implement agreements promptly. Insofar as the creation of the Aga Khan Medical College and the transformation of that college into the Aga Khan University were concerned, Your Excellency has epitomized how the enabling environment can be created. Without your understanding and encouragement, we would not be assembled here today.
हिज हाइनेस द आगा खान की विजिट जो कि पाकिस्तान की है आपके लिए अगले इतवार को बाद दोपहर 2 बजे पेश की जाएगी। अगले इतवार आपके लिए क्रिकेट पेश कर रहे थे, लेकिन चूंकि ये विजिट बहुत लंबी है इसलिए इसे हम अगले हफ्ते तक जारी रखेंगे। वादे के मुताबिक क्रिकेट आपके लिए अगले इतवार को पेश किया जाना था बाद दोपहर 1:30 बजे, लेकिन चूंकि हिज हाइनेस द आगा खान की विजिट को हम एक्सटेंड कर रहे हैं और अगले हफ्ते भी दिखा रहे हैं, क्रिकेट आपके लिए 15 मई बाद दोपहर 1:30 बजे से लेकर 5:30 बजे तक पेश किया जाएगा। इसकी और जानकारी के लिए आप हमें हमारे दफ्तर पर भी फोन कर सकते हैं। याद रखिए, क्रिकेट आपके लिए अब 15 मई को हिज हाइनेस द आगा खान की विजिट जारी रहेगी, अगले इतवार को भी बाद दोपहर 2 बजे। याद रखिए, बाद दोपहर 2 बजे। पिछले हफ्ते के कार्यक्रम में आपने देखा कि हिज हाइनेस आगा खान को पाकिस्तान में आगा खान यूनिवर्सिटी खोलने पर कितना सम्मानित किया गया। इस समय वो जियाउल हक के साथ खड़े हुए अपने तोहफे को देख रहे हैं। यहाँ वैंकूवर से भी बहुत से लोग इस खास मौके पर पाकिस्तान गए हुए थे। आगा खान यूनिवर्सिटी की ओपनिंग पर उन्होंने कुछ शब्द कहे जो कि हमने पिछले हफ्ते के कार्यक्रम में आपके लिए पेश किए थे। आइए आगे का हिस्सा आपके लिए पेश करें।
Without your understanding and encouragement, we would not be assembled here today. Although this university is new, it will draw inspiration from the great traditions of Islamic civilization and learning to which Your Excellency has referred. At the height of this civilization, academies of higher learning reached from Spain to India, from North Africa to Afghanistan. One of the first and greatest research centers, the Beit al-Hikmah, established in Baghdad in 830, led Islam in translating philosophical and scientific works from Greek, Roman, Persian, and Indian classics. By the art of translation, learning was assimilated from other civilizations. It was then advanced further and in new directions by scholarship in such institutions as the Dar al-Ilm, the houses of science, which during the 9th and 10th centuries spread to many cities, through colleges like those of Al-Azhar in Cairo, Karachi at Fez in Morocco, Zaytuna in Tunis, and the eminent Spanish center of Cordoba, founded between 929 and 961. Everywhere, whether in the simplest mosque schools or in universities, teaching was regarded as a mission undertaken for the service of God. Revenue from endowments provided students with stipends, and no time limit was set for the acquisition of knowledge. Above all, following the guidance of the Holy Quran, there was freedom of inquiry and research. The result was a magnificent flowering of artistic and intellectual activity throughout the Ummah. Muslim scholars reached pinnacles of achievement in astronomy, geography, physics, philosophy, mathematics, and especially in medicine. The great British scientist Sir Isaac Newton remarked that if he was able to see further than his predecessors, it was because he stood on the shoulders of giants. Among those giants who made possible the scientific revolution in Europe were Ibn Sina, whose canon of medicine was a standard text for 500 years, Al-Idrisi, the geographer, Ibn Rushd, the philosopher, and a host of other Muslim scientists who had produced the notion of specific gravity, refined Euclid's theories, perfected solid geometry, evolved trigonometry and algebra, and made modern mathematics possible by developing Indian numerals and the concept of the zero as a numeral of no place, an invention crucial to every aspect of technology from that time onwards to the present day. Their Socratic principles of education, so sympathetic to Muslims and so characteristic of the great Islamic teaching institutions of the Golden Age, are still and are likely to remain universally accepted practices of advanced teaching. It is no exaggeration to say that the original Christian universities of the Latin West, at Paris, Bologna, and Oxford, indeed, the whole European Renaissance, received a vital influx of new knowledge from Islam, an influx from which the later Western colleges and universities, including those of North America, were to benefit in turn. It is therefore most fitting that Harvard, McGill, and McMaster universities should today be associated with the Medical College, which is the first faculty of the Aga Khan University, and that President Bok and other members of the Harvard faculty are advising us on the development of the university as a whole. Making wisdom available from one country to another is truly in the finest tradition of Islamic learning. Your Excellency has paid tribute to the contribution which my grandfather, Sir Sultan Muhammad Shah Aga Khan, made to the University of Aligarh. Aligarh's achievement rested on engendering true Muslim values, in particular the maintenance of a balance between the spiritual and the material in all matters. In Islamic belief, knowledge is twofold. There is that revealed through the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and that which man discovers by virtue of his own intellect. Nor do these two involve any contradiction, provided man remembers that his own mind is itself the creation of God. Without this humility, no balance is possible. With it, there are no barriers. Indeed, one strength of Islam has always lain in its belief that creation is not static, but continuous. That through scientific and other endeavors, God has opened and continues to open new windows for us to see the marvels of His creation. For many of my generation, the greatest technological miracle of this century has been sending men into space. And a remark by an astronaut on one of the first flights in space has always remained in my mind. Looking down upon the Earth, he had just left. He said emotionally, "It's one world." He was not a Muslim, but his remark substantiated two fundamental aspects of our faith: the limitlessness of God's power and the brotherhood of man. This is the inspiration which guided the great Islamic centers of learning in the past and which must guide the Aga Khan University in the future. This vital point established, what form should a Muslim third world university take? What considerations should shape its role? Are historical precedents valid? At various times and various places in history, there have emerged societies which have combined impressive, tangible achievements with broad and coherent visions of the meaning and purpose of the world and of humanity. In these periods, great universities have appeared and flourished. That they have both risen and fallen with civilizations is because they are expressions of the purpose of those civilizations. However, they have not been solely concerned with the ultimate philosophical and theological questions underpinning civilization. They have characteristically been the training ground for the many professions serving the day-to-day needs of mankind. The importance of this function has been one of the major reasons for the Third World's rapid creation of new universities in recent decades. Indeed, during the second half of the 20th century, universities have been internationally recognized as influential to an extent unparalleled since the 14th century. They have become focal points of national expectation, especially in the Third World, where political leaders, eager to reinforce independence with locally based economic growth, have looked to them to provide the necessary professional manpower. Equally, ordinary citizens have seen universities as the direct route to advancement for their children. The result has been a vast expansion in institutions of higher learning. Third world enrollment in them rose on average 10% a year during the 1960s, and even faster during the 1970s, though here in Asia, the rate of expansion has moderated. Worldwide, the pressures which have ensued have proved inexorable and in many cases uncontrollable. Universities have consumed a heavy proportion of national expenditure. The supply of qualified teachers has fallen short, while secondary schools have often put forward students who are insufficiently prepared for the higher intellectual demands of a university. Above all, most third world universities have found themselves face to face with a fundamental problem: how to reconcile local needs with loyalty to international standards. All too often they have failed on both counts. They have allowed students to pursue arts or law degrees irrespective of either long-term national requirements or immediate job opportunities. At the same time, academic standards have declined under the weight of numbers, cost, and poor tuition. Today, disillusion has set in. Courses are disrupted by student unrest. Academic criteria are challenged. Failure is attributed to modern Western models of universities being inappropriate to developing countries, with additional blame being thrown on Western materialism for corrupting values. Where does the truth lie? The truth, as the famous Islamic scholars repeatedly told their students, is that the spirit of disciplined, objective inquiry is the property of no single culture, but of all humanity. To quote the great physician and philosopher Ibn Sina, "My profession is to be forever journeying, to travel about the universe so that I may know all its conditions." It is these journeys of the mind which our students must make, for what is the study of science but man's endeavor to comprehend the universe of God's creation, the immediate world around him and himself. The laws of science are not bounded by cultures, nor should there be any basic conflict between loyalty to high academic standards and service to practical development needs. A good doctor, lawyer, economist, manager, or engineer is not simply a person committed to social good. He or she must have acquired the searching curiosity and the disciplined habits of mind which enthusiasm and commitment cannot alone supply, but which the modern university can. There is no weakness in principle with the university as it has evolved today. The weaknesses lie rather in universities having resources too limited for their task, in the kind of faculties they have established, in the curricula they have offered, above all in the standards they have set themselves. The overall aim of the Aga Khan University will be to make clear and rational judgments as to which foreseeable future needs of the developing countries require new educational programs, and having identified those openings, to address them by the appropriate means, setting the highest standards possible, whether in teaching, in research, or in service. The progress of the School of Nursing has already been mentioned. Its concept illustrates our aims and methods. The school derived from the serious shortage of qualified nurses in Pakistan, a shortage partly attributable to their low standing. The architectural quality of the school's buildings is a visible affirmation of the inspiration of Islamic design and of the importance we attach to the nursing profession. The training programs have been evolved with generous aid from Canada. Thus we have drawn successfully on the human and technical resources of both East and West. We hope next to introduce something which has never before been available in Pakistan, namely a degree in nursing. So the school is fulfilling precisely those aspirations which I have outlined for the university. It is meeting a carefully identified requirement, raising standards, and introducing new concepts. Having decided upon the curricula, our approach to learning will be in the high traditions of intellectual inquiry I have already described, teaching students not simply to memorize factual knowledge, but to use that knowledge to identify and to solve problems. We hope that the habit of applying logical and disciplined thought to questions and the appreciation of research will remain with our graduates throughout their lives. The charter which His Excellency the President has granted us establishes a number of important principles. The Aga Khan University will be open to all comers, regardless of color, creed, race, or class. And my wish is that the only criteria which will count for admission will be merit and potential for leadership. The Charter further lays down that the purpose of the Aga Khan University will be the promotion and dissemination of knowledge and technology, and that it will be a fully autonomous corporate body with freedom to govern its academic functions and the right to grant degrees. Academic freedom is in the truest spirit of Islam. Without it, excellence cannot be achieved. From the start of my grandfather's association with the Muslim University of Aligarh, he insisted that it should preach the gospel of free inquiry, of large-hearted toleration, and of pure morality. That ideal will never lose its validity, and I commend it to the trustees of the Aga Khan University. However, academic freedom also imposes responsibilities, both to the university's defined academic mission and to society. Freedom must not be allowed to degenerate into license, whether in universities or in society as a whole. When it has so degenerated, it has invariably destroyed the very civilizations which gave it birth. Throughout man's history, there have been periods when political stability and seemingly assured economic growth have tempted educational institutions to stray from their true academic tasks and give rein to political involvement, social ambition, or moral indulgence. In other words, to allow freedom to lapse into license. To maintain one's own integrity at such times may be difficult and unpopular, but only by maintaining it can an institution of this kind justify the privileges it has been given and the faith placed in it by its founders. The Aga Khan University has a number of constituencies to which the Charter encourages it to respond and with which it must keep faith. The Pakistan nation, the Islamic Ummah, including my own community, the third world countries of Asia and Africa. As I have already indicated, it must address itself to subjects relevant to the development and civilizations of these constituencies, if possible, responding to challenges in an international context. This is why the Charter specially allows the university to establish faculties abroad. Whilst it is too early to say where these might be, it is my wish that this should become an international university, able to mobilize resources from other countries, to coordinate international research, and to encourage the exchange of ideas between nations. We may find it appropriate to teach or research such subjects as the administration of social institutions, education, rural development, communications in all its aspects, and architecture. Equally, we may wish to assist men and women who have successfully established themselves in politics, in government, in business, or in the social services, and who want to return to an academic institution briefly for advanced courses in political theory, public administration, or any other of the many subjects directly related to improving their capability in the senior positions they occupy. Such possibilities make it essential for the faculties and the curricula to be flexible. Accordingly, the Charter permits the university to expand as need arises. I have spoken of new initiatives and present deficiencies. Inevitably, priorities will alter as the years and time and history unfold. And the university must be able to adapt itself to change. But one thing will remain constant: the mission of preparing graduates, men and women, to play constructive, worthwhile, and responsible roles in society. Your Excellency, it is with great emotion and pride that I have today accepted the Charter of the Aga Khan University from you. My hope is that this institution will bring credit upon the country which has given it birth and the men and women who have made it possible, first among them, Your Excellency.